How's it going, everybody? It's Ryan here, and it's been a while since I made one of these videos, and I've been itching to do it since I moved here to Santa Cruz. And I'm going to talk about marketing and shit and selling stuff. I want to talk about this stuff because it's just something that I do for a living already. I'm an email list manager, marketing copywriter, marketer. I don't know what you would call me. Media seller, media buyer. Anyways, I want to talk to you today about it, and to make it a little bit fun and interesting at the same time, we're going to talk about some cool shit that I bought on Amazon. I bought a bunch of cool stuff. I'm a gadget geek. I love these things. I love buying gadgets, and I'll do a little talk about the reasons why I bought them, talk about psychology, and talk about why other people might buy them. And maybe you'll learn something, maybe you won't. I know I'm going to learn something because every time I do a video where I'm teaching, I sort of get a lot of cool ideas and just kind of goes into the deeper processes of my brain about why I do what I do, or why people do what they do. Because a lot of the time, the things that we do, we don't even know why we do them. Some of it's out of habit. Of course it's out of habit, but then there's other factors too. Like status is a big factor, like the reason why we'll post something on Facebook or share something or share a post or pic or video on Instagram or Facebook or social media. It's because about how it makes us look and how it makes us feel. Like I'm making this video for the purposes, the deep inner-seated reason is for me to probably someone that wants to be famous, someone that wants to become well-known and recognized on the marketplace as being expert about something, maybe something big, maybe something grand, or maybe just someone of significance. That's sort of the deep-seated. My logical reason is actually to teach myself something, to learn different things. But anyways, let's get into the meat of it and just talk marketing. So some cool stuff that I bought this cool thing here, which is a case for my iPhone 8 Plus. And personally, I kind of don't want to go to the iPhone 10 because the iPhone 10 is too small. I like a bigger phone. Anyways, you could read into that however you want. So this is the iPhone 8 Plus case, and what it is, it's a wide angle. It's a case that allows you to slide on a lens like this. And here's what makes this so awesome, right? It's $35 or $30. There's a comparable lens called the Moment lens, which was $130, like literally like 4 or 5 times the price. And I wanted something that wasn't too expensive that I can play around with, that gave me a wide angle lens and allowed me to not be overly concerned with because when it's expensive, you have this obligation of wanting to use it all the time. You have what else is there? You're worried about dropping it, taking care of it, babying it. It's also a little inconvenient because the lens, the Moment lens is a little bit heavier. This one, it's only $30. It's lightweight. Anyways, so it just slides on and slides off pretty easily. And I'll just show you like a little quick shot of a difference since I have the camera here. And you can see, actually, let me do it without the wide angle lens. There we go. It's like, hey, what's up? And I'll just take a picture. Oops, that didn't work. I'll take a picture so that way you can see it for yourself. This is the power button. So this is the button right here. So I'm going to take a picture. What's up? There you go. And then I'm going to put the lens on. Try not to move his position. And then you can see there's a little bit of distortion because I'm so close to the lens. Take a picture there. So let's go take a look at what that looks like. So there's wide angle, right? And then there's regular angle, wide angle, regular angle. So that's pretty cool. Has also other factors like a fisheye or a macro lens. What a macro lens allows you to come in really close. So this is a fisheye. Macro, it's like blurred because you have to go really close. So if you want to go in really close, like, because you couldn't normally get this close with the iPhone lens and be this focused. That's actually pretty neat. Anyways, I'll leave a link in the description in case you want to help give me some affiliate commissions on Amazon. But mostly I'm just doing this video because it's like my first marketing podcast. I think I'm going to turn this into a podcast. I don't know. I've been itching to do a podcast, but the reality is I don't really have the time, and I'm motivated right now. And when I make stuff on my computer, it actually makes it to publish. What you guys don't know is like I make lots of videos and I record lots of stuff, and about only 5 to 3% of it sees the light of day on various different platforms, whether it be Instagram, my Facebook, or YouTube, or whatever. So that's this. That's the Switch 6 lens. Okay, next is, what else we got? We got this cool thing here. Well, this thing here, actually. This I love. This is a portable charging thingy. It's by, what's the brand? And it's the best selling, and it's only $20. It's 10,000 milliamps. And look how thin this thing is. You know, here's my iPhone 8 Plus. You know, it's smaller than it's about the size of a iPhone 10. Super small, super thin, super lightweight. And it's highly rated. It has like over 1,000 reviews. I've got this. I've had this for less than a week, and I love it. It charges really fast too, surprisingly. Actually, I wonder if I could look it up real quick. Because I always like to do tests. I love testing stuff. I'm just curious about things. And why did I buy this? Well, what is the deep psychological reason? I use my phone a lot, and also my iPhone 10 is kind of getting old. I go through a lot of charges a day with listening to YouTube videos and recording videos, taking pictures, uploading documents, whatever, or videos and whatnot. And what happens is it kills the battery. So I sometimes go through about a charge and a half, 2 charge cycles a day almost, which kills the battery. I've had this phone for a little while. Anyways, it charges really fast. I can't even look it up. But it'll be linked in the description if you're interested in getting this. I want to show you something else that's pretty cool, which is essentially the same thing. 10 milliamps, but like triple the size, thickness and weight. But this is different though. This is actually pretty cool, even though I've never actually really used it. It's a RAV Power is the brand, and what this particular product is a check this out right here. You know what that is? That is a jumper cables. Literally, it's pretty neat. Like, look how small this is, and then you just like plug this into here. I had some problems with my Prius a while ago. Yes, I drive a Prius. And that allows you to essentially jumpstart your car, which is kind of cool. Back in the day, back in 2008, 2009, a while ago, I used to have one of these because I had a truck a long time ago. And it was this humongous, gigantic block, probably the size of, I don't know, it was like 10 pounds at least, maybe 15 pounds. It's gigantic, basically like this, but you carried it around. It was hella heavy, hella bulky, but this is hella small, and I find myself not really using it. I've had it for about a year, and I actually use it more for the purposes of this, which is why I bought this. And it's actually come in handy for lots of different things, because you can actually use it as a portable charger as well. This is RAV Power. This is pretty cool. I hope you're still with me. I wonder if you are with me, if you're still watching. Obviously you are. I don't know why I'm talking to you, because if you are watching, you're watching. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, voice recorder. This is the Bukosa voice recorder. I had to go to a seminar, and I had to do some recording, and I needed to find something cheap and inexpensive and reliable, and I get this. And just so you know, here's a little quick hack for you guys out there. If you're ever buying anything on Amazon, or you want to buy something, whether it be a case or something for your iPad or iPhone or your car, or water bottles. I got a water bottle here. Contigo is my favorite. I love this thing because it has a little thing on here. One of the things that I do is I just type in, best-selling Amazon and then the name of the product, and I just go look through. That's how I decide to buy everything. And then what I do is I go and look at the number of reviews. If it's 4 stars, 4.5 stars, that's typically how I buy it, and that is what you would call social proof. And specifically, I like it when there's lots of reviews and 4 stars, because that lets you read through all the fake reviews. If you see like something that's 5 stars or 4 stars but only has like 50 reviews or 20 reviews, it might be kind of sketch. You want that social proof. Like, there's nothing more powerful when it comes to selling something than social proof and credibility, right? There's one thing for someone to say, okay, this is great because, I'm a doctor. That's credibility. But social proof is, look, I cured this person. I did surgery on this person. Look what I did. Look at the results. Not only am I a doctor, I actually shown results. That's social proof. Social proof is more powerful than anything. Rarely is anything more powerful than that. What else did I bring up here to show you? I thought I brought some other stuff, but I guess that's all I brought. I guess I don't know. If you like me talking about products, let me know. I actually love MBKHD, the Marquise Les Brown, one of my favorite YouTubers. Actually, one of the many people that motivated me to make videos and make content. He has like the best videos, the best quality. I love his stuff. And I'm bringing him up because he does tech reviews, and I wanted to do tech reviews for the longest time. And I could, but I'm also money driven. So to be someone, it's weird because I have a passion for things that I enjoy. That doesn't necessarily mean need to make a lot of money, but I like money, you know. I like generating revenue. I like closing sales and closing deals and stuff that has a humongous impact. But of course, I want to help people. I want to make an improvement in people's lives, but I want to be adequately compensated for it. Talking about marketing, what I do is I am a direct response marketer. I do email list management typically. That's my main position, main job. But I also have a lot of other skills such as copywriting, such as creating persuasive writings to write either a long form sales letter, a lot of email copy, of course. But also, what else do I do? Essentially, anything selling through the written word. And before that, I was a personal trainer. And I actually still keep in contact with my clients that I train because I've only been not a personal trainer for 2 months. One of the things I will talk about when it comes to being a good salesperson, being a good, I guess, yeah, just a good employee, a good business person, is being able to sell. You know, and that can have different forms of explanation, but the main thing I really want to talk about the most is essentially understanding what it is that people want. Not what they need, but what they want. Because the reality is, the reason why you're watching this video is because, number one, you probably know me personally or have followed me for a little while that randomly watches my videos. Number two, you're bored and a combination of many different things, and you want to be entertained and you like the type of content I create. That is typically why people watch YouTube videos. And you always know that the most videos that are the most popular are the ones that are the most entertaining. You know, famous celebrities, comedians, music videos. There's a lot of stuff related to entertainment and fun and music that essentially get the most eyeballs. And when it comes to marketing, your goal is to sell something, to close something. So, and in some ways, that's a little bit, it's not quite related. It's related in some ways. Like, so for example, someone's famous or a viral video gets a lot of views, right? And there's no reason it got viral in an almost accidental way. It was meant to go viral, but it wasn't really meant to sell anything, right? See, the thing is, when it comes to being famous or being a star or being some sort of influencer that gets views and gets media to see you, is you're getting people's attention and people are watching you and following you. When it comes to specifically selling, closing, and marketing, essentially what I do as my day job, it's you have a specific purpose to actually close the deal, right? You're actually trying to close something. Like, you're actually trying to make a transaction. Whereas a lot of videos, typically on YouTube, are just entertainment, for filling time, for fun. And I don't know exactly where I'm going with this, but the thing to understand is that the things that get the most views, like cat videos, not really cat videos, but, you know, cute kids, really disastrous, funny, surprising things. Like, I saw this real a cute video doing a surprising thing. It was a girl had cerebral palsy who was taking her first steps, and she was absolutely adorable. And it was amazing to see her, like, really excited to just take her first few steps, and that captured my attention. I have kids, but it doesn't. You don't have to have kids to really appreciate it, you know. And it captures your attention, and that probably, I think it went viral. It was like 13, 14, 15 million views, but that's not the same as like getting 100,000 views of buyers, you know. And that's kind of like what this is, like, you know, like part of my whole thinking process when it comes to marketing and when it comes to doing stuff on the internet is essentially to sell stuff. Like, that's what I like to do. I want to sell stuff because I like to make money. I like to leverage my time, and and you know, to me, honestly, money has always been the most, what's that word? Validating thing, you know, because what's weird about money is that even though I want to make a lot of money, it's not just about the money. It's about being validated by the money. When someone actually comes to you and they give you money to ask for your services and spend time with you, whether it be for consulting, whether it be for personal training, for anything, that's validation, right? That's not like they're being sorry. It's because they want to go to you because they want you. They want to buy from you. And that, to me, is what matters most. And then the more they pay, the more validation of your expertise, skill, and ability, which allows you to do lots of different things to command a higher price. But it also gives a perception that you actually get people results. You know, in some instances, in some businesses, in some places, maybe that might be the case. As an example, which might not sound like a good example, which is Coca-Cola versus Pepsi. Coca-Cola is a bigger brand, more valuable brand, multiple times sizes of Pepsi. But essentially the same product, right? Different taste, right? But essentially the same product. But there's more value in Coca-Cola. And because of that reason, that perceived value of Coca-Cola, people buy more of their stock. They command a higher price. They're just better, right? Or they're perceived to be better. Whereas Pepsi, even though a good brand, a successful company, is a small company. Well, it's not a small company, but it's just not it's not a Coca-Cola, right? And that's where that perception comes in, right? When you have that muscle room to say, "Hey, I'm Coke," or "Hey, I am number one in the market," that does a lot, right? In lots of ways, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, or number nobody, not necessarily with Coke, but with other products and services, is you end up finding a better product for a lot cheaper. The only problem is you have to vet it, meaning you have to find more referrals for it. You have more skepticism about it. But the truth about it is, when it comes to, like, I'm just like babbling and ranting right now. When it comes to buying and selling stuff and purchasing stuff at any price, a lot has to do with what the value is perceived to be. It has everything to do with want, right? Like Louis Vuitton shoes versus comparison to Coach shoes, right? The value for Coach is much lower than Louis Vuitton. I think Chanel is even higher than that, right? And a lot of that has to do with the perception of value and the prestige. Who probably wears it, what it means, lots of different things. What Tesla means, what BMW means, what Lamborghini means. Even though I say these words, you hear the pictures in your mind. And each of these products create a certain kind of emotional feel to it, which is essentially kind of bringing back to what I was trying to talk about, which is emotion. Everything comes down to how something makes you feel. That's actually what gets you to purchase. That's what actually gets you to do anything that actually gets you to pull your wallet out of your pocket, right, and pay. Pull your wallet out of your purse or back, whatever, to open your Apple Pay and buy something. It's almost initiated always by emotion. And it's about how something makes you feel. So going back to entertainment, I know I'm all over the place, but going back to entertainment, like watching a funny video of a girl with cerebral palsy, cute girl, taking the first few steps, right? Or a famous actor, actress, singer, song artist do music. You watch these things, they capture your attention because they're cute and they are interesting and they are funny and they are exciting and they make you feel something. It's very, very, very emotional. Think about the best people that you've ever watched your entire life in creativity and art, in music and acting. It's because of how they make you feel, and that's essentially how every decision, the most powerful decisions made, is on feelings. Look at Donald Trump, for example. He is supposedly one of the most controversial, he is a controversial president, but he has everyone on their toes, and he seems so random, and maybe he probably is. But the point is, he's able to make people feel stuff, and it causes people to react. And what that does is it makes people do stuff. Not always a good thing, but I'm just saying, like, that's what you want. You want to polarize your audience. I'm watching the show. It's called The People versus OJ, or OJ Simpson versus the People. And there's a scene with, I think Johnny Cochran is his name, or the lawyer, or who's going to be his lawyer. He goes and says, I don't know this guy's name, but the point is, he says to this one guy, another lawyer, he says, choose a side. Like if you work for a company, I always use gyms as an analogy because I worked for gyms for almost 20 years, but you work for a company, you work for a business, you're part of a family. You choose a side and you be part of that side and you go full force. If you believe in God or Christianity or the Bible or Jehovah's Witness, you believe in it in your full force. Because see, a lot of people, everybody is always half-assing it. That's the fact. They're half-assing everything in their life. Or not saying everything, most things. Why? Because, we're bored, like we're just doing, like I made this video on a whim, I wasn't planning to make a video. I've been wanting to make a podcast, but I was planning to make a video, right? The point is like, I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, guys. Choosing a side. So you have to divide your audience, the people that want to be with you and the people that don't, and that's really what it's about. It's really about having that sort of powerful effect on that, making a choice, for what you stand for. What's that word? If you stand for everything, you fall for anything, or something like that. Like you have to stand for something, and that's actually what makes marketing very difficult. Like if your goal was ever to be an influencer or grow an audience, or even myself, that's kind of what was scary for me. Is that even if I ever got to that point, or wanted to pursue that, I mean, you really have to stick to your guns. Meaning that you have to be the type of person that's like, okay, I'm going in this direction, and I'm gonna win. Well, I'm not gonna win, but you just believe. See, it's really about being sure that's more important. And relating back to what I started with, almost feels like a tangent talking about Amazon products I bought on Amazon, right? It's like, it's making a choice what this is. You know, once you make a choice for what this is, it has more power, right? Like this is a, you know, like the biggest. I mean, I'm going on this huge tangent here. I'm going to go on another tangent here in just a second, but like, this is a portable charging device. This is a wide-angle lens case, right? This happens to be a wide. This happens to be a jump starter, a car jump starter. That also happens to be a charging case or a portable charger, but it's not really a portable charger. It's meant to be a portable jumping car jumper, right? And I say these things because, okay, losing my train of thought, is that when you are choosing to be one thing, and hopefully ideally a unique thing, a special thing, unique thing, the more power you have. Like in Transformers, I'm going to end this with Transformers. It's getting longer than I expected it to be. Transformers, you know, when I say Bumblebee or I say Star, or if, you know, if you're a little bit older and you really followed Transformers, if I said Starscream, you know, or if I said Optimus Prime, who doesn't know who Optimus Prime is? If I say these things to you, you have a picture in your head what they look like and how they transform. You probably even have that little sound that goes in your head. That probably sounds terrible on camera. When it transforms, right? A long time ago, one of the coolest things I've ever bought was a transformer that can turn into 7 things, you know? And it could turn into a gun, it could turn into a spaceship, I think it turned into a car, it turned into all kinds of different things. It was the coolest thing. But the funny part about it is, even though it transformed into 7 different things, they're kind of rinky-dinked and it barely looked like the thing it was transforming into. But the point I'm saying is that object turned into 7 different things. And it was cool, it was innovative. I think maybe made Disney cells. I don't know. The point is that it's forgotten, right? Because it was too many different things. Right. And to some people, to a small group of people, it is an important thing maybe, but not really. Right. Obviously, it's kind of important to me because I mentioned it. It was important to me because it was one of the, I think at the time, my parents, we were doing good with money. So I was able to get a really cool toy, or maybe, yeah, because it was kind of an expensive toy. Whereas Bumblebee, Starscream, Optimus Prime, they're one thing, one object, one transformer that stands for, they have a certain personality about them. And you never forgot what Optimus Prime was like. Optimus Prime was like, he's almost, in lots of ways, Optimus Prime is kind of like, he's like the manager. If you ever watched Suits, he's kind of like that lady. Her name is Pearson, Jessica Pearson. Or if she's actually kind of like, Optimus Prime is kind of like this. If you watch Game of Thrones, he's kind of like Stark. You know, Ned Stark. He's kind of like Ned Stark, where he's just like does the right thing all the time, right? That's what Optimus Prime is. Whereas Starscream, you know, just evil, wants to do the bad thing. You know, I can't even describe his personality. I just know I hated him. And then there's Bumblebee, who's kind of didn't talk, and he was, I guess, kind of goofy and kind of expressed themselves through music, you know. And you remember these things about these people, and again, relating to marketing, is because they stood for something. Anyways, this really, I don't know what this was. This is kind of just like a little experiment, just like most of my videos, from my family vlogs to my workout videos, which I have a workout video coming up soon. I'd like to know your thoughts on this video, and if you'd like me to do more, or you have a special request. I wanted to start with the products that I bought because I like talking about cool stuff that I buy, and maybe I'll do more of it. I don't know what I'm gonna call this. I'm gonna call it Marketing with Ryan podcast episode 1. I think I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna call this. Peace.